at the hospital. Karen Reed's blood alcohol level was tested. I think for the prosecution, proving that she had been drinking is critical for the charges she's facing.
I'm just showing you a document as far as some medical records in relation to a patient named Karen Reed that visited the Good Samaritan on January 29th, 2022. Is that correct?
Correct.
You see a record in regard to a lab result for alcohol testing with regard to Ms. Reed.
Yes.
And what is it reported as, sir?
It is reported at 93 milligrams per deciliter.
According to the police reports, it says that Karen didn't even remember if she was at 34 Fairview Road the night before. And according to them, was disoriented and you know, having a hard time putting the pieces of the night together. And so they did what's called this retrograde analysis, where they took Karen's blood alcohol level the next morning in the emergency room and say, okay, if she's had this much alcohol in her blood at 9 in the morning, this is what we believe she could have had, you know, at 12:30 or when they believe John O'Keefe was killed. And it was well above the legal limit.
This is the retrograde extrapolation report that I did for the subject of Karen Reed.
What, if any, result did you get from your mathematical calculations in regard to that?
The result was a 0.292 gram percent at 12:45.
That'd be 12:45 a.m., is that correct?
Correct.
So you're using...
You know, Karen has not denied that she was drinking that night. She's not stumbling. She appears to be in control of herself. And so, you know, I think this is another area where I think the prosecution has problems.
I know I wasn't driving recklessly. I mean, I've got plenty of video of myself driving all over the place. I did put my car in John's garage, which is incredibly narrow, and I had a very oversized SUV. It's not lost on me. This wouldn't have happened if I wasn't out that night. This wouldn't have happened if I didn't go to 34 Fairview, and it wouldn't have happened if I went out for dinner with John and had a glass of wine. So I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but I didn't start out the night at the right place either and doing the right thing. And I feel terrible about that, but I was not driving recklessly by any measure.